Hi everyone, so we're going to create an About Me book. And in this case, the first step we're going to do is to make our title page. So when you create a new story on Elementary, it should look a bit like this. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to unlock the box, the gray box, and I'm just going to make it so it takes up the entire page. This is just so that it's easier to read the text, no matter what kind of background you want to add on it. So I'm going to go to backgrounds. I'm just going to add some backgrounds by dragging them onto the page or by clicking on them. So I like this one. And so for my title, I'm going to call it All About Me. And, well, my name is Nicole, so we're going to say Nicole. And you can make the text bigger or smaller by changing the font size here. So you can change it to 106, or you can also make it bigger or smaller by dragging the corners just like you would do with an image. So you can also make it so that it's on 3 lines or 2 lines by dragging the little sidebar that you have. A little dot here, corner grabbing hold thing. And if you want to, you can change the font. So I'm going to change the font to something a little bit more curvy and curly. And let's get started with coding. So in order to code, we will need to go to the event graph. So the event graph is a button here, and it turns it over to the back side of the page where we have a graph. And here is where we code our interactions. In my case, I want to maybe have All About Me play a text effect, like a typewriter effect. So let's try to do that. So I want to do this code, and I want to run it on page start. So the event I'm going to get is on page start. Next, I'm going to get a function. So a function is telling me what I'm going to do. It's the action that I'm going to take. So, or the computer is going to take, since I'm writing code for the computer. So I'm going to get play text effect. And the last block I need is what I want the play text effect to do, like which one of these text boxes do I want to play the text effect of. And so if I go to objects, I have all the objects on the page. I have the 2 text boxes and a square, and I want to do the text effect on All About Me. So I'm going to grab that. Now we have 3 blocks on a page. How do you connect them together? So we want to connect them together by matching the triangle to the triangle and the circle, the purple circle, to the purple circle. So once again, our code is saying on page start, play the text effect of this text object, All About Me. And let's preview it and check it out. Great. So you can play around with the effects. I have a typewriter effect, but you can also do a fade effect. And you can also change the speed of how quickly or slowly you want the text effect to play. So let's maybe make it a little slow. And let's check it out again. Let's press preview. Awesome. So now I have All About Me fading in really nice, and I want my name to maybe fade in afterwards. So how do we do that? So let's just get the blocks and set it up first. What do I want to fade in? Well, I want my name, Nicole, to fade in. And I want a function. So I want to use the fade function because it fades an object in. Or you can also fade it out if you want to change the effect. So I'm going to keep it to fade in. And now I'm going to sequence these two functions. So a sequence is basically saying that I want first play text effect to play, and then I want fade to occur for text 0. So once again, a sequence is just saying which step 1 I do this and step 2 I do this. I'm going to put things in order. And so my two functions, I'm going to put them in order and say I want to play the text effect, and I'm going to grab this triangle and connect it to what I want to happen next. So think of your code from going left to right and look at the triangles as the arrow or the flow chart of which the direction of my code. So first I want to play the text effect of All About Me. Then I want to fade in my name. So let's preview that and try it out. Great. So just so you know, you can also fade in anything. So in this case, my name, or you can fade it in with a direction. So right now it's none, but you can also bring it to the top, to the bottom, to the left, or to the right. So let's see what it looks like if I want to fade it in to the top. Great. So now you can add some other text elements. Maybe you might want to add a speech bubble, or you want to add maybe some more text. You can also add a whole bunch of images. You can sort by characters, animals, creatures, or try to use the search. So let's say I want to use a cat because I like cats. So let's see. This here is a funny looking cat. I like him. And maybe I want him to say something. Something like that. Let's lock that so it doesn't move. And great. Hello. So maybe the last thing we want to do is say, after I fade in my name, I want to fade in my speech bubble. So once again, we are going to sequence our functions. And I'm going to grab another function called fade and another object. In this case, I want the hello object. And I'm just going to connect my blocks together like so to create 3 functions in a sequence, one after another, just like a recipe or a set of instructions. Preview. Great. Okay. So in order to add a new page, you can click on the plus page button here, or you can also click on the little downward triangle button and you can select a template. So, or you can also duplicate the selected page. So that means it copies the page and all of its code. So let's actually use one of these templates. So on the second page, I want to take my cat and I can just copy and paste him on the page. And I'm going to make him say something. I like to play with my cat. Now I want to add a voiceover to this page. To do so, I'm going to click on the Sounds tab right in the middle underneath Backgrounds. And here you can find music and also sound effects and a big orange button that says Record VoiceOver. So click on the Record VoiceOver button, and there is a gray button with a microphone. You're going to click on that, and there's a 3, 2, 1 countdown. I like to play with my cat. Once you're done, press stop, and you'll see a nice sound graph, and you could preview the sound. I like to play with my cat. Great. And you have a little scissors where you can trim. So maybe you don't want the extra noise at the beginning or the extra wait time at the beginning and end, and you can trim it. And click on Save to keep the trim and give the recorded sound a name. So you want to make this name unique and something that you can remember. So in this case, I'm just going to say, I like to play with my cat. Or maybe play with my cat, something like that. And press Save to add the sound to the page. So now you'll notice that there is a number 1 with a circle, and it's in page sounds. So what this means is on this page, there is 1 page sound, which is a recorded sound. You can also delete the sound if you don't want it anymore. And so we have a sound on the page, but it's not playing yet. In order to play the sound, you need to go to the event graph in order to code when you're going to play the sound. So I'm going to play my sound when I click on my cat. So I need my cat because that's what I'm clicking on. I need my click event, and I need my function. In this case, play record sound. So I have 3 blocks, and now we need to connect them together in order to make the code work. So purple circle to purple circle, white triangle to white triangle, and we're going to select the recorded sound. In this case, there's only 1, so there's only 1 to select. And let's preview. You'll notice now that the cat is glowing. It's glowing this purplish blue sort of light. And that's basically saying that you can interact with this object. By interacting with it, it means you can click on it or you can drag it, things like that. So in my case, I can click on it. I like to play with my cat. And when I click on it, you'll hear the recorded sound. Great. So now we've done functions in sequence, that is one after another. But what if we want to have functions play at the same time? So maybe we want to play the recorded sound and fade in the speech bubble at the same time. So let's get the blocks for that. So instead of sequencing our functions, we want to play our functions in parallel. So to do so, on click once, I want to do 2 things. I want to play the recorded sound and I want to fade. So you'll notice that this output port goes into 2 input ports of 2 different functions. And I'm going to grab my purple circle and connect my purple circle. So let's test it out. Let's also give it a direction, the fade. Fade it into the left. And let's try it out. Now I'm going to click, I like to play with my cat. And you'll notice since I use the on click once event, the cat is no longer glowing because I cannot interact with this cat anymore. So if you use the on click block, then every single time you click on the cat, you'll hear the recorded sound play. So you might hear, I like to play with my cat, something like that. So let's just exit out of here. And now we've done functions in parallel as well as functions in sequence. So this is a lot of code and a lot of coding concepts. And this will give you a lot of different ways that you can add different interactions to your About Me book. So we have people from all around the world, and it would be so great to have your stories on Elementary. And we will be sharing your stories on Monday with each other. So make sure to use the hashtag storytelling coders. So that way that I know that you're part of the coding club. Okay? So once again, thank you so much for joining us. And if you're interested in supporting us, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, as well as if you're in a financial position to subscribe to our premium plans that allows you to have access to over 13,000 professional illustrations and sounds, as well as the ability to upload your own illustrations to make your story really personal. So thank you so much, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.